Welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk. This is our first episode after the coronavirus.
Indeed.
Yeah, here we are in Istanbul office of Property Turkey with Cameron Diggin. Cameron, how are you holding on?
I'm doing fine. I'm getting used to a lot of DIY, do-it-yourself kind of thing. Starting from my hairstyle, as you can see.
You cut your hair, yeah?
I did indeed. I used a pair of scissors, just went wild on it.
Yeah.
This is 5 weeks. Growth.
5 weeks?
I cut it 5 weeks ago.
The first time I saw you with that hair,
you got scared,
kind of
didn't
scary.
you?
Shall I put on a picture?
Oh, no, please don't.
Okay, okay. I'm not going to
I'm still getting used to this.
Yeah, okay. We're slowly coming back to normal. Things are going back to normal. We got an office full of people.
Yeah.
Energy is back.
Energy is certainly back. Everyone is eager to go.
Yeah, and we decided we should do a straight talk.
Absolutely.
And today's straight talk, Cameron, is about Kağithane.
One of my favorite regeneration zones in Istanbul.
Yeah, it's an urban regeneration zone which offers great value for money.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So, Cam, where is Kağithane? What is special about this place? And really, why is it favorable for investment?
Kağithane is actually a lot more central than you would think, if you look at the prices there. It's sandwiched in between Maslak to the north, Levent Business District to the east, and Şişli to the south. In fact, up until 20 years ago, Kağithane was a district of Şişli municipality. In the early 1990s, Kağithane broke away from Şişli municipality to have its own administration, to have its own mayor and municipality. Kağithane, historically, going back some 3-4 centuries, from the 16th century all the way up to the end of 19th century, it was the playground of the Ottoman jet set.
Yeah.
It was where they went to hunt for recreational activities, and it was like a networking ground for the Ottoman jet set, for it was a forest. It was a continuation of the Belgrade forest.
Today, that same park that you're talking about, it's called Sadabat, and it still exists today. And there is a historic mosque, which I'm going to put the pictures on, and it looks wonderful. And this is where all the families in Kağithane go there still for recreational activities. And this is, we're talking about what, 5-6 centuries? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And what happened to Kağithane from the early 20th century onwards was that it got industrialized. Yeah. As you know, Şişli and Levent itself, sort of the inner city parts of Istanbul, got industrialized. Kağithane kind of championed some very heavy industry. Quite a few flour mills and paper factories popped up from early 20th century. A few of them are actually still in operation, but most of them have been cleared away thanks to the regeneration. Hence the name Kağithane, which means paper house, because the area was actually known for its paper production, paper mills, and paper factories. Thanks to the regeneration that started with the Gendry Avenue, as you know, Gendry Avenue, which is in fact built on a creek that is an extension of the Gendry Stream, Golden Horn itself, cuts straight through Kağithane. And if you continue from Kağithane on Gendry Avenue, you get to Maslak.
Yeah.
So Gendry Avenue is going to be another Büyükdere Caddesi, Büyükdere Avenue. And as you know, Büyükdere Avenue is probably the most important avenue in Istanbul.
And it's
the other side.
Maslak,
it's the other side of Levent. So basically, Gendry Avenue is like a parallel avenue to Büyükdere Avenue. Yeah. And now Gendry Avenue is being expanded, sort of dual motorway type expansion.
Which is actually a prime real estate location
it's prime real estate location. Yeah. And Kağithane is now becoming rather modern, and regeneration is going through rather rapidly, Kağithane. So I would say it holds extremely good investment potential.
Sure. I mean, let me ask you this. Okay, Kağithane today, when we look at Kağithane, it is not the poshest area of Istanbul. In fact, it is an inner city, what you call a
ghetto. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, let's call it what it is.
It's an inner city ghetto.
But I wouldn't say
well,
ghetto.
It was an inner city ghetto.
Yeah,
it's no longer a ghetto.
It was bad, but now it is okay. It's not,
it actually imparts. Kağithane is actually looking rather trendy.
Right now, yes.
It's looking rather trendy.
Yeah,
now.
But here's my point. When we are talking about real estate in Istanbul, we are talking about urban regeneration zones. Because
Yes.
let's face it, Istanbul has grown so rapidly that it has many inner cities, shanty towns, and ghettos.
Yes.
And for example, Bomonti, we are in Bomonti right now.
Yes.
If you are to look at Bomonti 10 years ago, what would you see?
You wouldn't have to go back 10 years. If you came to Bomonti in year 2012,
Yeah.
Bomonti looked completely different.
Yeah.
None of these high rises,
Yeah.
none of these luxury residences.
Yeah.
The Hilton Bomonti itself, which is the largest Hilton in Europe, wasn't here. None of these modern
And
developments were
today,
in Bomonti.
Bomonti is the trendiest neighborhood
Today,
in
Bomonti
Istanbul. It's like the
is a very
Soho
trendy
of
neighborhood.
New York.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And
So,
prices have doubled in the last 5
years
6
ago,
years.
of course. And here's my question. If I was to invest in Kağithane today, what am I looking at? Is that a short-term investment? Is that a long-term investment? What is expecting me?
It's a mid-term investment at Kağithane. The rental returns are already very high, because people are willing to pay the premiums to live in Kağithane, despite the fact that Kağithane still is not a very trendy area.
Yeah.
But it's so central
Yeah.
that people will pay the premium to live there. So
That's
if you
where
look
the
at
young professionals are living
Absolutely.
right now.
So
They're
if you-
working in Shishli, Levent,
Yes, and they
their
live there.
homes are in Kağithane.
And if you look at the property prices in Kağithane and compare them to 1 kilometer radius, as little as that. If you look at Maslak, the new builds in Maslak, if you look at Levent and Shishli, the sort of the modern residences in these areas, you're looking at around $3,000 per square meter.
Yeah.
In Kağithane, you can pick a very, very decent, comparable property for half the price.
Yeah.
Half the price. Kağithane actually commands a price tag of between $1,200 up to $1,500 per square meter today.
And how far,
These are the new builds.
Yeah, and how far is it away from Shishli and even Bosphorus and Taksim Square?
You can drive to Bosphorus under 10 minutes.
Thanks to the tunnels.
You'd be in Taksim in 10 minutes. You can walk to Maslak. You can walk to Shishli. You can actually walk from here to Kağithane in half an hour.
Yeah.
You can walk it in half an hour. Kağithane is the heart of Istanbul.
Yeah.
Is as central as Taksim.
Yeah.
It's as central as Shishli. It's as central. Actually, Kağithane is more central than Levent.
Yeah.
Yet it's half price of Levent.
Yeah.
So if you look at the future projection of Kağithane, I would say to you, in as little as 3 years from today, you will start seeing some very, very serious price increases in Kağithane. There's no other way to go. Because if you look at Kağithane, if you look at all the areas around Kağithane, prices are double. Yeah. So all of a sudden, you have this area called Kağithane in the heart of Istanbul where you've got a massive drop in prices.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way in a population of 20 million, which is growing by around 4 or 5% every year, a place as central as Kağithane will preserve the price it has now. It will double.
Surely.
And if you look at what's going on in terms of regeneration, when was the last time you drove through Kağithane?
Well, I drive through there every day.
You do, because you live in Kemerburgaz.
Yeah, I live in Kemerburgaz.
So you actually take the Gendre Avenue,
of course,
all the way, and then you branch off to Kemerburgaz.
And here is my advice, personal advice to all of the property investors. Kağithane is one of very few places in Istanbul where you don't have traffic in the rush hour.
True.
You don't have traffic in rush hour. For example, I am
Well, I use the route. I live in Zakariyaköy.
Exactly.
So what I do is I actually go all the way up the Gendre Avenue through Kağithane to Maslak.
Even
and then
during rush hour, it's the same. Yeah.
Even Friday 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I use that route because when Büyükdere Avenue in the Levent side is chock-a-block, you can't even move. It's bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
Kağithane flows.
Yeah.
Kağithane still flows. The roads are quite wide because they're newly done.
Yeah.
They're quite wide. And I don't know why, but it flows. Is it maybe because people have not discovered that particular route yet? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it is because it is situated right in between the two main highways in Istanbul, and there is a connection line in between, and there are many other alternatives for that connection line. So it's a small area where you have a lot of different roads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and,
guess,
and that's why
yeah.
you don't have much traffic there,
True,
although
and
you're in central
that's
Istanbul.
that's a massive
Okay,
thing.
all right. We got Kağithane, but which project are you investing in Kağithane? What is your favorite project there?
I wouldn't ask favorite, but what I'd say is where are you investing in Kağithane right now? And
Okay, where are you investing in Kağithane?
There's a project called Central 55, which
Yeah.
we discovered about a month ago. It's the third phase of a three-phase boutique development. The first two phases have been completed, almost all sold out. People started living in them. The third phase is under construction now. It will be completed probably within the next 10 months, 12 months, I should imagine. It's only 2 blocks, something like 130 apartments. It has substantial car parking, underground car parking facilities, security, reception service. So it has all sort of the over the basic type services that one would need to have a comfortable life in a massive city like Istanbul. Yet you can pick a 1-bedroom apartment at around 450,000 Turkish lira. 450,000 Turkish lira today is what?
65?
$65,000.
65,
You're picking an apartment for $65,000 in central Istanbul.
Yeah.
Center of Istanbul. You can walk 20 minutes, not drive, walk. And that price will be $260,000 in Shishli.
Yeah.
Same comparable thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, it's a no-brainer. For me, it's a fantastic investment.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much,
Not a
Cameron
problem.
Diggin, for this Straight Talk.
Thanks a lot.
I am sure that you missed these episodes of Straight Talk. So look out for the next one. Until then, bye.
Bye-bye.